A night at the Carlos Tartiere delivered everything modern football promises and everything it warns against: drama, star power, and a simmering question about whether raw talent can be managed or merely moderated. When the starting XE was read out and the club's electric winger was missing from the first whistle, murmurs morphed into headlines, a rotation decision by the coach that felt, to many, like a message. The coach defended the choice as part of early season management, but the optics were unavoidable: a world-class player relegated temporarily to the bench. As the match unfolded, Real Madrid took the lead through composed team play, and when the substitution was finally made, the stadium bristled with expectation. The player who had watched from the sideline stepped onto the pitch and did two things that would make every talking head reassess their opening line. He created a goal that made the score safer, and he found the net himself late on to seal the result. A direct, undeniable reply to anyone questioning his impact. These in-game facts are clear. He came off the bench and both contributed an assist and a goal in Madrid's 3-0 win at Oviedo. But this wasn't just a tidy footballing cameo, it was a human story layered with friction. On social panels and in the late-night shows, the narrative shifted from the substitution to the personality. A prominent pundit opened his program by saying, essentially, he's brilliant, but exhausting, capturing a wider sentiment that the player's brilliance is sometimes overshadowed by behavior that distracts teammates, coaches, and even fans. That reaction, blunt, public, and viral, has amplified the stakes. Tartiere, as the coach himself, framed the decision as rotation and long-term management, noting squad depth and the need to balance minutes after a grueling calendar. But the line between tactical rest and disciplinary caution is thinner when a player so often finds himself in the spotlight. So what happens next? For the manager, this moment is both a relief and a test. The relief is obvious. The squad won and a substitute delivered. Validation for rotation and for benching big names when the plan calls for it. The test is subtler. Can the manager extract consistent focus from a player whose emotional highs and lows have become part of his identity? The answer will affect selection, tactics, and even transfer room conversations. Teammates have the immediate effect on the pitch. The front office watches how this public story shapes brand and dressing room chemistry. The fans judge whether flashes of genius balance out public flare-ups. All of that pressure concentrates on one simple truth: talent can win games, but trust is earned in training, consistency, and conduct. This story also underlines a modern truth about football coverage: a single substitution can ripple into a national conversation. When pundits declare themselves exhausted by a player's antics, those comments fuel memes, social clips, and editorial hot takes that keep the story alive long after the scoreboard has been reset. That attention can be constructive when it nudges a player toward focus, or corrosive it turns every misstep into a moral failing. In this case, the player supplied the best kind of counter-argument: performance, yet performance does not erase the questions, it complicates them. The simplest frame to hold on to is this: the match was won, the contribution was decisive, and the debate is far from settled. For the manager, it is an opportunity to turn a headline into a lesson. For the player, it is a chance to convert a viral drama into a steadying season. For fans and neutrals, it is a reminder that football lives inside the tension between flair and focus. Tonight's story at the Carlos Tartiere was not just about a goal. It was about what a club tolerates, what a coach demands, and what a player is willing to change. The pitch answered, for now. The questions remain, and they'll follow the team into the next selection meeting, the next pundit panel, and the next big stadium.